Hundreds of Tesla takedowns are taking place across the United States in the hopes of attacking and opposing Elon Musk. You and I need to talk about this. I'm Marcus Peter. So, like I mentioned, hundreds of efforts across the country are being structured to take down Teslas, whether it's dealerships or whether it's the cars themselves, in the hopes of directly affecting Elon Musk. This is ridiculous. I'm going to start right off the bat by saying this is completely ridiculous. And before anyone tries to start justifying that, no, this is the grievance of the people. No, that's nonsense. And I'll talk about exactly why. But since joining the Trump administration, Musk has actually received aggressive opposition from people, particularly, and I'm not lambasting an entire party here, but particularly people who identify as Democrats or liberalists, because they're saying that they didn't vote for him and they didn't vote for the measures that he's undertaking right now. But I don't want to address the nature of the grievance because it's not very well thought out factually. It's simply not very well thought out. Rather, what I want to talk about is the actions themselves and why this is unbecoming of us as Americans and what other things we can do to actually get heard as American citizens. First of all, burning Teslas will never harm Elon Musk, and this is why. Tesla, as an organization, was set up to not run like Ford or Toyota or GM. They rely on franchise dealerships, which means every single dealership that you collapse down affects the mother brand. Tesla actually owns most of its sales channels, and so their cars are literally direct to consumer. Many people actually purchase their cars online, and the showrooms that are owned are company-based showrooms, which means even when you burn them, the mother company doesn't actually get affected, and this is why. Burning down a Tesla dealership is basically burning down a showroom or a service center. They are replaceable, but most of all, they're heavily insured, which means it doesn't damage the network of independent dealerships because Tesla doesn't have a network of independent dealerships. Rather, what happens is whenever you burn one down, you're making Tesla cash rich. I'm not even kidding. Because they're so heavily insured, insurance has been covering every single one of the physical losses. So every car, every building, every asset is heavily insured. If someone burns a Tesla or even a fleet of them, Tesla immediately, it takes some process, but they collect an insurance payout. They never take a direct loss. And this has happened before with other companies. Whenever riots, arsons, or vandalism cripple large organizations, they have contingencies in place. They plan for it. And this is what's happened with Tesla. They are insured for this. The other thing is, so if you're hoping to affect Tesla as an organization, I'm sorry. It's just not happening, no matter how many Teslas you burn. But the other thing is, Musk's individual wealth isn't tied directly to either the cars or the dealerships. And a simple Google search will show this to you. Musk's net worth is mostly tied to Tesla stock. So not individual cars, not dealerships. And his valuation, the valuation of the company in general, is actually based on future tech, autonomy, artificial intelligence, the energy products that they're generating, and investor speculation. And that's why torching a few cars will not only not affect the organization, it simply makes the company, like I mentioned, cash rich. Burning Teslas or dealerships hurts actually building owners. It hurts insurers and insurance companies, and it hurts some employees temporarily because they're unable to go into work and get full compensation. They might file for unemployment for a while, but it doesn't hurt Musk. Ultimately, it hurts the economy and therefore it hurts our wallets. Because guess what happens when insurance companies have to issue huge payouts? They up insurance premiums. And guess who foots that bill? The average American. Attorney General Pam Bondi has actually highlighted this. The swarm of violent attacks on Tesla property, she highlighted, is nothing short of domestic terrorism. You can debate that all you want, but what I want to point out is this. Charles Fane Lehman, he's a fellow at the Manhattan Institute, he also said those who burn Tesla, smash windows, or otherwise engage in political violence should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Those who defend them should be ashamed of themselves because they violate the basic principles of our nation.
Tesla stock is way down, almost disastrously so.
I can go on and on, but what I want to highlight is this. If you have a grievance with the government at any level, remember, we live in a republic. This is not a democracy, it's a republic, which means that we have representatives. We have a representative government. As a republic government, we have representatives that we can complain to. So petition the government. And if that doesn't work, engage in peaceful assemblies and protests. And yes, we know that there are thresholds for what determines peaceful assemblies. Contact your elected officials, write to them, call them, email them, let them know your grievances reasonably. Remember, these are individuals who want to hear reason. Don't just lambast them for the sake of it, but also participate in public hearings and comment periods. What's the Catholic response here? The Catechism tells us, paragraph 2401, a person shall not take or damage unjustly what belongs to another. The seventh commandment, 2408, tells us, forbids theft, usurping another's property against the reasonable will of the owner, unjustly taking or keeping the goods of one's neighbor, and wronging him in any way with respect to his goods. Friends, let me make very clear, nothing morally justifies the burning of private property in the interest of your political grievances. We are American citizens. This is a first world nation, founded upon Judeo-Christian principles with representative government as a republic. Make your concerns heard the right way if you have concerns. Thank you for joining us. I'm Marcus Peter.